Citizenship on the Go. Lesson 6. American Government. Rights and Responsibilities. Part 4. The Oath and the Pledge. At U.S. naturalization ceremonies, new citizens are required to take the oath of allegiance. By repeating this oath, people make several promises. New U.S. citizens promise to give up loyalty to other countries, to defend the Constitution and laws of the United States, to obey the laws of the United States, to serve in the U.S. military if needed, to serve or do important work for the nation if needed, and to be loyal to the United States. The application for naturalization asks people who want to become U.S. citizens whether they're willing to take each part of the oath. As long as an applicant doesn't have a disability or impairment that prevents them from being able to understand what the oath is about, they're usually expected to check yes in response to each part of the oath listed on the application. Before someone can become a citizen, for example, they need to confirm they support the U.S. Constitution and the U.S.'s form of government. That is a requirement. Someone who says they do not support the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, cannot become a U.S. citizen. However, some applicants may have special reasons for deciding they are unable to take another specific part of the oath. If their reasons are accepted by the USCIS, those applicants can still become citizens. For example, if for religious reasons or deeply held convictions, a person decides they cannot swear to bear arms on behalf of the United States, it could still be possible for them to become a citizen after submitting a written explanation as to why they can't take the oath in its usual form. If they're a member of a pacifist religion or denomination and feel strongly that they cannot swear to carry a weapon on behalf of any military, not even the military of the U.S., they will need to write an explanation of their position. The USCIS may also ask to see supporting evidence, like a letter from the applicant's church leadership. But the important thing in this situation is for the applicant to be able to show that they are not refusing this part of the oath because they would be willing to fight against the United States in a war, working for an enemy country to harm the people of the United States. If someone can satisfactorily explain the reasons why they are unable to take the full oath in the usual way, they may be able to take a modified oath. It's important for people applying to be citizens to read the oath carefully before their interview and to make sure they understand every part of what they're promising. If you're on your way to becoming a citizen and you think that you cannot repeat the oath of allegiance in its entirety, you should discuss your options with a certified legal counselor. Civics test question. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? To give up loyalty to other countries. One promise you make when you become a United States citizen is to give up loyalty to other countries. You also promise to defend the Constitution and laws of the United States, to obey the laws of the United States, to serve in the U.S. military if necessary, to do important work for the nation if needed, and to be loyal to the United States. You make many weighty promises when you take the oath of allegiance. It's important to make sure that you understand what you're promising before you swear to do these things. The Pledge of Allegiance is similar to the Oath of Allegiance, but the pledge is heard on a wider variety of occasions. New U.S. citizens recite the oath at their naturalization ceremony, but U.S. citizens new and old recite the pledge at many other sorts of ceremonies. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance shows our loyalty to the United States, using the flag as a stand-in for the whole country. In the Pledge of Allegiance, the flag stands for, or symbolizes, the United States. Most people put their hand over their heart when reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. This is a common way of showing that the person reciting the pledge is serious about what they're promising. The words to the Pledge of Allegiance are, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." Civics test question. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. When we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we show our loyalty to the United States of America. Since the flag is used to symbolize the United States, we can also say that when we recite the Pledge of Allegiance, we show loyalty to the flag. Whether someone was born a U.S. citizen or became a U.S. citizen later in life, there are many ways they can become involved in their democracy. Participating in self-government and democratic decision-making is so important to the way the U.S. is run that many democratic activities are specifically protected by the Constitution. Some ways Americans can participate in their democracy include voting, joining a political party, joining a community group, joining a civic group, helping with a campaign, giving an elected official an opinion on an issue, calling senators or representatives, publicly supporting or opposing an issue or policy, running for office, and writing to a newspaper. Many Americans throughout U.S. history have successfully used these ways of participating in democracy to fight for their rights and to push for important changes to be made to national, state, and local law. Civics test question. What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? Vote and run for office. There are many ways Americans can participate in their democracy. Voting and running for office are 2 major ways citizens can participate, but Americans can also join in a political party, help with a campaign, join a civic group, join a community group, give an elected official their opinion on an issue, call senators and representatives, publicly support or oppose an issue or policy, and write to a newspaper, among other things. This is the end of Lesson 6 of Citizenship on the Go.